Hi, this is Shelley Kraft, and welcome to SNNLive. We're at the 14th Annual B. Riley & Company Investor Conference right here in Santa Monica, California. I have with me Bud Mayo, Digital Cinema Destinations Corporation, symbol DCIN. It is a publicly traded company. Bud, welcome to SNNLive.
Thanks, Shelley. Thanks for having.
It's good to have you. Okay, overview, and then we'll go from there.
Basically, we're buying movie theaters from all around the country and transforming them into entertainment centers.
Four-walling has come a long way, hasn't it, Bud?
It sure has. And what we're doing is making a difference by using all the digital tools that we've helped to create in previous businesses to change the choice for moviegoers, operas, pop concerts, lecture series, documentaries. We're even curating many of those ourselves and participating in the downstreams, not just showing them in movie theaters and splitting the box with whoever owns it. So we're in a multi-level business, which is really giving a peek at the future of exhibition as we see it in this industry.
Okay, let's take a step backwards to take 3 steps forward. Wow, number one. Number two, what are some of the exact products, services that you're offering inside the movie theater to give a moviegoer a different experience?
Aside from making sure that every one of our theaters is completely digital, which means a crisp, clear image on the screen and better sound that doesn't deteriorate, we're now looking at choices of content that weren't available with film, which was a major problem. And so we're talking about playing product that fills seats that are empty during periods when those audiences are available to go. So why are we playing a child's movie at 10 o'clock at night or even at 7:30 at night when the kids are in school? Kids can't see them, neither can their parents. So what do? We start thinking about what we're playing when, just like the cable stations do. Think about how they program their day parts and think about how that can be translated into movie theaters in the digital world that we now live in and that we as a management team have helped to create.
What's your background?
IBM, Wall Street, just like you, and gone straight from Wall Street, and literally and figuratively, into the business, computer leasing, movie theaters, on a goof, and built a movie theater chain which is the largest independent in Metro New York, Clearview Cinemas, sold it to Cablevision, started a technology company to try to solve the problem that was essentially underutilized seat capacity. And nobody's in a movie theater Monday to Thursday most of the year, unless the kids are home at school. How do you fix that? Film had to get out of the way and make room for the digital era, which every other form of media had already embraced.
So when does it become generally adopted across the board? Let's call it straight.
85% of the theaters that really count in the United States have already been converted. So the opportunity now is, what do you do with that technology? You know, as the CEO of Cinedigm, for years I was up on the podium telling everybody in the industry, guys, I know that I'm heading a technology company, but I'm telling you it's not about the technology. Think about what you're going to do with that technology, because that's what's going to make a difference to you in your theaters.
Well, if I'm an advertiser, which I am, I would say, how do you fit me in, Bud? How do you get me in? Because that's what it's all about. You're trying to generate a new series of revenues that, okay, you know, they have some advertising a little bit from leftover from the old days, but you're going to the screen with all of these people in there, and you're going to be able to get critical mass.
Well, not only do I have critical mass, I know exactly who they are, what they like. Think about the Amazon model. That's what we're doing. People who enjoyed this also were interested in that. And when we match content with audiences, we're on the right track. Along come sponsors and advertisers who are interested in interacting with those affinity groups. If I have a product matching my product with the audiences that I'm interested in selling to, using a rifle approach, not some broad brushed approach, is really what we're able to deliver. And sponsors associated with the alternative programming that we bring are especially important. They help make the product available, but they also provide extra revenue streams for us. And we do that on pre-show advertising now, which is more the traditional captive way. We see this going to another level entirely.
So let me ask you, because you have so much experience in this business, you came across a challenge in this business. You solved it, you rectified it, and you jumped on the future. What does the future look from here?
Well, the future is building a media company. That's what we think of ourselves as. The platform for that media company are theaters around the country and the top DMAs, so we can deliver to a content owner and a sponsor the markets and the audiences that they're interested in.
How do you
That's
specifically
our business plan.
drill down on that? No, excuse me. Here's my question. So there's a movie theater in Dallas, a Cinemark. I'll just pick one.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, a little bit, right? And all of a sudden, you've got advertisers, and they want to be on the screens. So what do? That's because you're a media company, so you're integrating some company's media into your media, correct?
Correct, but we also have contractual obligations. In this case, with National Cinemedia for our pre-show advertising, and along with that, certain other rights that we have to respect. What we're talking about is originating content that has sponsors built into it that are our own events, and we're free to do that. We can promote our own events. We certainly can monetize that. We have a website that now has millions of page turns, monetizable in a different way. We're reaching audiences and connecting the dots, and that's something that in the digital world which we understand well, we've grown up in it, we can do. And when we can do it and we can monetize it, everybody wins.
Bud, let's get your website out there. We have an investor audience that will go and check it out, so please give it, please.
digiplexdest.com.
You might have to spell it because there's
Okay. DIGIPLEX, Digiplex, Dest, the first four letters of destinations.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bud Mayo, Digital Cinema Destinations Corp, DCIN. It's a publicly traded company. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNNLive. We are at the 14th Annual B. Riley & Company Investor Conference in Santa Monica, California. Bud, thanks for coming on.
Thank you so
Good to
much,
see you.
Sheldon. Great job.